Okay, Alex here, December 4th, 2012 at a homeless shelter in Alamosa, Colorado, and we're here with Mike. How you feeling this morning at 6:30 after eating some French toast?
Well, feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
Been a lot worse, you know.
yeah,
In this country, it's just if you live off a disability and you ain't got any other income other than how are you supposed to live off of $674 a month? You know, you can't pay rent, buy your groceries, and pay your bills on $674 a month.
mm-hmm.
And they pretty much force you into living this way, and it pretty much keeps you homeless most of the time. And homeless people in this country have got a bad reputation because of, you know, the way some homeless people are. You know, they think that all homeless people are just scum of the earth.
Yeah,
And you know, we have a right to breathe and eat and have things that we need, just like anybody, like all you rich people out there.
mm-hmm.
You know.
And someone might as well be very rich if they have a warm home and some of that stuff people take for granted and don't know how valuable that can be and how difficult at times it could be to get the simple things in life.
Yeah, well, it's easy for some people, but
Yeah,
us homeless people, you know, we've been forced into this way of life because of the way society has done it. I mean, all of our major companies that have worked people for years and years and years are being sold out to different countries. You know, and if you look at statistics nowadays from what it was 20 years ago, there's 10 times more homeless people.
mm-hmm.
And that's because of the way our government is doing this. You know, our own government is selling us down the drain.
I think there's certainly a lot of misconceptions out there from people that have never lived through the homeless experience as to some of the bad luck somebody could run across. And I think there is a lot of unnecessary judgment. I've seen it even before my own current experience. I've seen the level of hatred and judgment that people have, and it's almost as if that they're playing the role of J.P. Morgan Chase with a suit and everything, looking down upon others or yourself or even myself, assuming that because they're in a difficult situation, maybe they have no value. Maybe you could speak to that, some of the, whether they're brainwashed or whether they're just naive, some of these fallacies and misconceptions, you know, that a lot of people have about these real experiences that people are having.
Well, you know, I mean, like, I just moved up into southern Colorado from Santa Fe. And down in Santa Fe, they don't even call police officers down there anymore. They call them Gestapo because that's the way they're treating homeless people. They'll take and go out where you're camping at. They'll slice your tents.
Mm-hmm.
If they get a chance, they're going to beat your brains out, you know? And then they want to haul you in jail because you're a vagrant, because you're sleeping on somebody's property and
Right.
they're trying to camp and find a place to stay. And this country is just, you know, I love this country.
What do you think are some of the biggest issues with this country, the economy, the system, and other related issues?
I've never been one that's paid real close attention to politics because, you know, I've lived the poor side of life all my life, you know. I was raised up in the northern part of Houston, Texas, raised in the ghettos, and things just, it was, our government, you know, they tell you they need certain things from us, you know, and I'll stand behind our government as far as the wars are concerned, and that to a certain extent. But as far as having all of our men put overseas into these foreign countries, it's, you know.
It's a way of taking a poorer class itself and saying, hey, if you don't want to be homeless, you can join our army of death and maybe have a wife or a home to provide for your wife and some Federal Reserve notes. It's kind of like a form of prostitution at times.
Well, in this country, in this country, every one of us is a prostitute in one form or another.
I suppose so.
Because we're always, you know, they're always wanting to take more and more and more from it.
Whether it be blood or taxes.
Blood, taxes, you know, your home,
Right.
your wife, your kids, you know, our government has totally gone from being a protect and serve to a Gestapo state of mind. You know, police officers don't care about homeless people. They just, as far as police officers are concerned in this country, a homeless person is nothing more than a bag of garbage you throw out the door and get picked up on a garbage truck. You know?
So there's a major separation there, illusion of separation.
Just because we're homeless, that does not mean that we're bad people.
Right. Or that we're lost souls, or that we're drug addicts, or that we have no value, or any of these types of illusions that people subscribe to.
If I had the time, I'd show you the scars on my stomach from why I am disabled. But that's beside the point, you know. I've had 11 majors on my stomach, and I've had 2 operations on my back. But I still get out here, and I'm still trying to make, you know, the best I can out of what I do get, you know. And I appreciate what our government does give me, you know. I do appreciate it a lot, you know. But the way that they treat us, you know, animals get treated better than humans do. You know, animals have got shelters that they put animals in, you know, to protect them. Why does an animal get better treatment in this country than a human does?
Yeah, you make a good point, because what you're saying to me is not really something that's limited to the system itself or government. We're talking about society itself. We look at how humans sometimes treat their dogs better than they would other humans, and within society we have things that we're responsible to change that have nothing to do with government. For example, remaining humans and not becoming, letting the internet become which we were talking about earlier, which we hit on, our entire social life and reality. And you were saying some things about that earlier this morning, about that kind of, in a way, being part of the downfall, if you will.
Well, you know, people are always, ever since that I can remember, people have always, you know, kind of treated homeless people as outcast, you know. And as far as our political state, you know, everybody lives, you know, 90% of the people, even that are living on the streets, have cell phones or computers and things like that. And it's got to where in this country that more people pay attention to, you know, the internet, you know, it reaches out to a lot more people than what me or you yourself can do, you know. What you do with this computer, you know, I don't have the understanding to be able to do something like what you do. But I respect it to the utmost, because you can reach a lot more people than somebody like me can, you know. And to have somebody that's an advocate and helps put out shows like this right here that reaches out and touches a lot of people, and I do respect that to the utmost. And you know, I don't know, it's hard to explain from my point of view, because I don't have much schooling. But you know, with the disabilities I've got, I have to carry a phone because of my back, because of my stomach problems. But you know, if I had my way about it, I'd never even pick up a phone, because to me, I think that telephones are just a way for the government to keep track on us. You know, they tell you that there ain't no way that they can track you on a telephone. that ain't the truth.
Right.
They can track you anywhere you go.
Mm.
You know, they've got satellites
Right.
up in this atmosphere that can see an ant crawling on the ground.
Yeah.
You know,